Hi, welcome to this coaching call tonight. This coaching call specifically aims to teach people tactics on how to stop being lazy, how to stop procrastinating, and get into the action mode and eventually become an achiever. This coaching call I would like to present in format of a conversation I had with an individual called Shweta Rai who had been experiencing lapses of performance owing to her laziness and procrastination. I would like to present this coaching call with her permission so that you get a hands on approach on how I have shifted her from being a lazy, procrastinating student to someone who is enabled with game plan and action and also with a mindset of an achiever. So, listen to this coaching call completely, and towards the end, we will participate in a live discussion in this group. We are chatting, or you can leave your audio messages and we can have a discussion based on this coaching call. Thank you.
Anything beyond that, I want to do this. I wanna complete my CFA. I wanted to have a good effect on my career because last two jobs I was asked to leave. So I don't know.
There is my answer.
You tell me.
Do you find it hard to answer this question?
I am finding it very hard to answer this question actually.
Do you know what does this mean?
What?
Just think like this. You're a kid and you want chocolates. But something is happening, you're not getting chocolates. And suddenly your mom comes and tells, hey, you know what? I have chocolates and I can give it to you. So what would you tell?
Give me.
Okay, why should I give you?
Because I've been wanting to have them for
Got the point? Okay. So you live in that world.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay. Now let me break it for you. And I'll tell you what should be a compelling reason. And I believe you did few courses from me earlier, right?
Yes.
Okay. Have you completed them?
No, I haven't.
Okay. All right. So listen to me.
Okay.
When we know we are supposed to do certain things,
Yeah.
but we don't do them, it creates three things in us.
Okay.
One, it creates guilt of not doing it. Second, it creates fear. Now, third, there is something which most people are not aware of. Perhaps they have not even heard this word. It's called virtuosity. So, what are these three? Virtuosity. So, what would? Yes. So, what does all these three do? And I'll also explain the third one. First, your guilt. You're calling me, telling me you have a problem preparing for your exams. I have this, I have that. Tell me what. And when you said tell me, you told me what to do about it. You're not asking me, hey, look, I'm doing something. I have a problem. Can you help me solve this problem? You're not telling me this because you're not doing it anyway. So you're just calling me because you want to alleviate your guilt. You just want to show to yourself, to your subconscious mind, hey, look, I'm doing something in the direction of my responsibility. Although I'm not really doing it, but yeah, I'm doing something. Look, I'm making an effort. You talk. It's 8 o'clock. You have dinner, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. You watch something, go to bed. That's it. The day is done. This is what you've been doing. You just makes the day pass because you have lots of guilt. And in order to compensate that guilt, you just do things that seem like you're doing something productive, which are bloody not. Point number one.
Mm-hmm.
Point number two, fear. You are afraid of action. Second, you are also afraid of failure. It is very difficult for Shweta to accept rejection, to accept a no. You cannot handle it. This is something very fundamental in your thinking process,
Yeah.
either out of your childhood beliefs or out of your experiences. I don't know, but right now you are like this. You're very afraid of failure. And because you're very afraid of failure, so you see, without our own awareness, we work backwards. For example, think like this. If you need chocolates, okay, and you know that you live in a world where you understand that, oh, okay, I need money to buy chocolates. Then what would naturally do? People will start directing their focus on money in order to get chocolate. Now, if you live in a world where, okay, in order to get chocolate, I just need to ask my mom. Now, they would just ask their moms. Now, you know that, okay, I need money to buy chocolates. I live with this belief, okay, but I don't have money because I cannot earn money because I'm still a kid. But I badly want chocolate, but I don't have money, and I also believe I cannot earn money or have money at this point of time. What would I do? I would think of other ways, maybe borrowing, maybe freeloading, maybe even stealing, or whatever, okay, in order to accomplish my wants. Because I live with the limiting belief that I don't have money, I cannot have money, but I have a very strong want. Okay, now what does this paradox mean? It's very simple for me to go and ask the mom and to get my chocolate, which I'm not doing. However, instead, I would marry myself to my limiting beliefs. And sometimes, it can be second layer, third layer, fourth layer, or eighth layer of limiting beliefs. You work backwards, okay? And all you see is chocolates. And all of those layers of limiting beliefs are valid to you because you choose to live in that world instead of just simply asking your mom. Okay? Because you're ignorant or maybe you don't want to do it. Okay? So now, when these layers get thickened, then it results in situations like you are facing currently. You clearly know that you want this degree in your life. It's significant as an individual, as a career, as your financial freedom, as everything in the next future. You are a young adult and this is important to you. Because it is. That's the hard reality. Now that's a want, just like the want of chocolates. Now, for this want of chocolates is now burdened with many limiting beliefs. So the question is very simple. What do I need to do in order to accomplish my degree? Just like asking your mom.
Right.
Which is you are not doing. Instead, you are doing is, I never studied. I've always flunked my classes. I study at the last moment. This is how I'm made of. It's habitual for me by now. I watch TV, I binge watch seasons, I do this, I do that. I'm social media, I'm this, I'm that, but I don't study. And at the last moment, out of fear of compulsion, I do it. So, because then anyway things get done, let me wait until that point. Because there things are getting done anyway. I'm naturally responding to fear and getting things done. Let me become so good that when I'm responding out of my fear of compulsion, let me become so good that 4 to 6 hours of study alone can help me get through my exams. And this has become an habitual thinking for you. Instead of just simply doing what does it take for me to do this, which is if I have to accomplish a qualified degree with distinction, what is it that I need to do every day? You never ask this question. But you know that this is the real deal. This is the real question. But you are running away from this question. Because by even, what you're doing? What you're doing is, hey, look, because I'm afraid of failure. Now, when do I fail? If I do something, I fail. Right? So the chances of failure will not exist at all if I'm not doing. So this is your, maybe from the deepest layers of your limiting beliefs. This is operating. Look, it's much easy to not to do this and not fail at all and make yourself look good because you're not failing. So it doesn't hurt your pride. It doesn't hurt your self-esteem. You look good among your peers because you're not failing. It's okay not to try. It's okay not to do, but it's never okay not to fail for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're living in this world. And because you're living in this world, deliberately you want to be ignorant of a very simple question. What is it that I need to do every day to achieve distinction in my degree? That's the second point. Okay, fear.
Yeah.
Your fear doesn't even want you to try because you never fail if you don't try. And that's a very safe ground for you.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, you have these layers of limiting beliefs telling you you were never like this. So what makes you think you can be now? That's a self-doubt. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Third is your virtuosity. Virtuosity is people make efforts, people even achieve, maybe in the first few stages or the first few baby steps are very difficult and they end up cracking it. And just because they never did it and now they did something, they take too much credit for it. The credit is like, because I never did and at least I did 5% by now, let me take a break. Because 5% is better than nothing. And I did it. So I deserve a break. And this break usually is a long vacation from the work itself. So there will be moments with you when you come and sit with a pure focus, dedication, determination, rage sometimes that okay, I will study now, and which you will do, which you did, and you accomplished something. Maybe you finished few chapters, or maybe you cracked few mathematical problem models, or whatever. You accomplished something in that moment, okay?
Right.
And then suddenly it's like, oh, okay, I never did this, and today I'm doing this. So that's great, right? So why should I do tomorrow? I'm the kind of girl who can crack exams in the last moment, and I did something this good so early. So it's okay for me to wait. Okay, this is virtuosity. You take too much break for your very, very little achievements instead of replicating the consistency of that achievement every day. All right. So these are the three things. This is how you are right now. Now let me tell you how we can change these three things. Shall we discuss?
Yeah.
Before I go ahead, is there something you would like to mention or
I
add?
know that. Hello.
Hmm.
Yeah. So before this, Venkat, I'll just give you a big brief up. Like I don't want to say it like this, but my entire as a kid also, my studies, my dad used to do just one day before the exam, and they used to compare. They had a friend circle. They used to compare each other, and although as I said, I could do this if I was compared or there was time when no attention was given, I could deliver it very well. But I think I'm a very hypersensitive and hyperactive and very touchy kid because some things which I don't think many people will feel bad about it. I feel bad. Like in my MBA, when I wanted to take finance,
okay, I would like to interrupt, which I should not, but still I would like to interrupt. I'll tell you.
Why am I saying this?
I'll tell you. Yeah, no, you don't have to finish. Let me tell you something, and then I'll allow you to continue if it still is needed. Okay. What I sensed here is, see, everything that you're telling me, it is coming from nowhere. You don't even know why you're talking this right now, right? Because these are the limiting beliefs. You are just by listening to me, by helping you understand these thinking models that is currently affecting you, you are now becoming aware of the limiting beliefs where you picked these from. Look, you picked these from your father, so that's a valid behavior for you.
Yeah, exactly. I have done this.
Right. Okay. If my dad is doing, then even I can do this. And I am sensitive. I am touchy. I am grouchy. I am this. I am that. I university. She university. That university. Look, you are telling me something that, if I paraphrase, is very simple. It is okay for me to make my belief system from others. ये एक बात हुई. right? Second thing, how do people change lives? Okay, there's just one starting point that creates huge shift in your entire life, and that is this: if I can run my mind, I can change my life. I repeat, if I can run my mind, I can change my life.
Mm.
All right, so how do you run your life? How do you run your mind is how you will run your life. So if in your mind you are telling me, like, look, I have my mind stores all my beliefs, and it is your beliefs that you live as your life. Okay, that's the spiritual practical truth. What is inside is what is outside. Okay, so if you are creating some rules that says, look, it is okay for me to pick up beliefs from others, which could be good if you're picking up from the right people. But if you are in a world where 97% of the people are average and mediocre, and you have an open rule system saying, look, it's okay for me to pick up beliefs from anybody,
Right.
what goes in your head? Garbage
Or,
beliefs. So that's the reason I said, you know what, I would like to interrupt, because everything you were telling me was from, hey, you know what, I have few garbage beliefs I would like to share with you, Venkat. That's how you were sounding to me. Okay.
yeah.
Right. So that's the reason I said, stop. If needed, you may continue. I feel it's not needed. So the point is this: if you instead say, hey, look, I run my mind. Okay. And it is very important for me that what beliefs stay in my mind. And I write my beliefs. Whether they are right, whether they are bad, whether they are productive or whatever, let me write my beliefs. So you're seeing someone and you want to emulate their behavior. Okay, fine. You write that belief. Okay, I am charismatic. I am a strong student. I am an A grade student. Let that be your beliefs. It should not come from outside. And the first reason you're even talking to me, is because you just wanted some validation from me because I'm a life coach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so because this is what's happening with you, you're constantly trying to seek change from outside, because from childhood
Yeah.
you were like this. I mean, everybody is like that mostly. We expect
Yeah.
change from outside. It's, something will happen with me which is going to create a very positive change, which is going to bring money, which is going to create a great life partner, which is going to bring a great career. Something will happen, let me wait until that moment comes. Most of the people are living like this because they did not know these three simple words: run your mind. Most people are not running their mind. I am the CEO of my mind. So when you are the CEO of your mind, what happens? You just simply cannot engage in others telling you their experiences, their beliefs, their successes, their achievements. Fine, you observe, you are an observer. And now it's like in a supermarket of beliefs, and you just pick the ones you want. And then you write it in your belief system. Okay, fine, these are the beliefs I would like to adopt. You see somebody punctual. Okay, fine, I think I am punctual. You will not say, hey, I'm punctual because she is punctual. I'm starting to be punctual because she has influenced me to be punctual. No, because the day you see her not being punctual, it becomes a validation for you to not be punctual too.
Mm.
Okay, so run your mind. Even if they are good beliefs, let them be written by you. Be an observer of life in a supermarket of beliefs. That's what the world is presenting to you. Okay, and even I am just presenting ideas, beliefs, and models to you, and they should be translated as your beliefs, not because I am saying, and because that's how it works. Okay, so you adopt your own belief system. You write, oh, okay, look, these are my beliefs. This is the system. All right, and you have the system where you write all this stuff. Okay, and then what happens? Then what happens is, slowly you will begin to remove all the garbage beliefs, and this is a phase you have to undergo right now. And just observe the way you talk. So many limiting beliefs. I'm like this from childhood. I picked it from my father. I wanted this, but I never achieved it. These are all the things. Okay, these are all the things. Now, that is taking me to the second solution, which is fear. Okay, now you're afraid, right? So, you're afraid of failure because you feel you're not enough. You feel you're not enough to do this. And this is something that is so deep rooted in your mind that, look, it is operating like this. You believe I'm not enough to come to get your degree with distinction. You have this belief, and it's a very strong belief. I'm not enough. Okay, and now what happens is you still want it anyway. So on the other hand, you're saying, okay, I'm not enough, which you don't know that you're actually telling, but that's exactly what you're telling. But it's not brought into your awareness now that I'm doing it. And you're just saying, hey, look, I want degree, I want degree, I want degree. Now, because the degree of want is high, which is good, you will anyway get it. But because you believe you're not enough, you will start to look at other ways, which is, last minute studies, cheating in the exams, making arrangements to get past, mind just goes in the other direction. Why? Because something is blocking. Something is blocking. I'm not enough to do this. How can I do this? But I want it anyway. And because the degree of want is high, you end up looking for alternate rules, which are mostly not fair rules, right? However, what you're failing to see is there are individuals, okay, which you come across who do what you badly want effortlessly. Have you met people like this? They just get distinctions easily because it's their in thing. I mean, they are like that, right? Why are they like that? They are running their mind. How are they running their mind? They're simply telling, I am enough to do this. Just place your hand on your heart and close your eyes and repeat these words after me. Ready?
Yeah.
I am enough to crack my degree with distinction.
I'm enough to crack my degree with distinction.
Okay, I want you to repeat that with confidence, with a sense of achievement, and as you're doing this, I want you to kick those garbage beliefs out of yourself. Okay, so do this 5 times, and with each time, I want your tone raising, your confidence raising, your beliefs. I should literally feel the depth of your beliefs as you talk these declarations. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, start.
I am enough to complete my degree. Okay, I fucked up.
With distinction.
With distinction. I'm enough for myself to complete my degree with this distinction.
Right.
I'm enough for myself to complete my degree with distinction.
Okay.
I'm enough for myself to complete the degree with distinction.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have a third problem, the virtuosity problem. So how do you handle the virtuosity problem? Just shift your beliefs that success is equals to consistency. Repeat.
Success is equal to consistency.
Okay, so you can be talented, you can be stupid, you can be hardworking, you can be anything. But if you're not consistent, you cannot be successful. So let me help you understand this better. You must have seen people who are not so talented, yet they are succeeding. You also see people who are so exceptionally good at what they do, but still they are not successful.
Yeah.
They don't complete, they fail, or they are running halfway. So the point is this.
Yeah.
Whether you're talented or not, whether you're hardworking or not. I mean, we need all of this. Okay, we need talent, we need hard work, we need time management, we need discipline. Yes, these are the tools. And what should these tools be used for? To come every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. And what do you establish by coming every day? A high degree of consistency. So now let me combine 2 things for you. Okay, I'm telling you, hey, you are enough to do this. And then you started, okay, I am enough. So now you're like, oh, okay, I am enough to do this. So think like as if you are that superstar student. Okay? So you are a superstar student now. I'm a superstar student. Tell me that.
I am a superstar student.
Right. So if you are a superstar student and you have like maybe 7 or 10 days to do study or whatever, okay? Now, if you have 10 days, for example, and you are a superstar student, how would you think like? You would think like a superstar student. And what would a superstar student say? The superstar student would say, hey, I am, okay, I am going to break this work uh, across these 10 days. Why? Because it allows me to do something every day. Why? Because consistency is success. So when I'm breaking it in chunks, I get, oh, okay, if I'm breaking it in chunks, work divided by 10. Now you got each chunk of work. Now this each chunk of work, how much time? Just don't go by pushing yourself. Just ask yourself what is the most comfortable, doable time for me to accomplish chunk of work each day. Let us say the chunk says you have to do 4 chapters each day. Okay, 4 chapters each day. Then I can do like, okay, 1 hour each chapter, then maybe 1 hour break, or maybe 2 hour break, or maybe 30-minute break, or just lay out your calendar for a day. It takes some time. Yes, take the bloody pen, paper, sit and devise your most possible doable way of doing 4 chapters a day. Like you can study, then you can go have a break, so maybe spend time with family, whatever, and again come and study, then take a break, which could be going out again, sleeping, watching movie, meditating, social media, whatever. Then again come back, study, take a break, come study, or maybe it's like wake up early in the morning, finish the 3 hours, then do the next 1 hour or 2 hours later. I don't know what works for you, and I'm not going to teach you that because to each his own. All right. So the point is, don't follow others' models. Create your own model, and the objectivity should be doable. The most doable. The most doable. This is the most doable stuff for me. So create the doable part. Okay, create the doable part. How are you going to do? And when you put it something like this, hey, I have breaks, I have fun, and virtuosity kicks in because people believe that if they are busy doing something that causes their success, that means they are losing fun. So they have these limiting beliefs, and these are the limiting beliefs that causes virtuosity. Oh, okay, let me just do something and let me have a big vacation because it creates a validity for me to be procrastinating or lazy or whatever. Okay, but if you're thinking like, oh, okay, actually it is just my beliefs that were stopping me. I was not running my mind. It's very simple. All I have to do is just tell myself I am enough as a superstar student. And if I think like a superstar student, I just break it down. Okay, this is what I get. And again, you still say, I'm enough to do this every day for 10 days. I'm enough to do this. And not just that, it's actually very doable for me. That's how I am designing it. I am designing it. My professor is not designing. My friends don't design. My parents don't design. I am designing it for myself. Okay, now you got and you know what happens? Magic happens here. Most of the times when you really design stuff that good, you'll figure out that actually you don't even need 10 days. Maybe you are accomplishing within 6 to 7 days, and you still have 3 days time. That's the beauty of planning. And most people never ventured into this kind of doable planning because they were stuck with their limiting beliefs. They were married to their limiting beliefs, and they were like, oh, okay, let the dead day come and something hoga. But if you shift your mindset saying, no, I am enough to do this. I don't talk the language of limiting beliefs. I don't let those thoughts run in my mind. I am the CEO of my mind. I run this enterprise. And these things do not belong here. And yes, confidence belongs here. Possibilities belongs here. Belief belongs here. Accomplishing dreams belongs here. That's how I run my mind. That's how I see myself. I respect myself because I am enough to do anything I want in my life. The moment you say I am enough, Your fear, your self doubt, your virtuosity, your guilt, everything goes away. Because now you're focusing on, look, if I'm enough to do anything I want, I can do things that can cause no guilt, that can fight my fears, that can kill my virtuosity. I can do these things. Why? Because I'm enough. And suddenly you start thinking very differently. And then as you come into planning, oh, okay, it's all about consistency, right? If I want to succeed in something, it's consistency. Okay, I got consistency here. All right, so what do I need to do? I just have to solve this. I just have to solve this. Okay, I just have to solve this. Consistency. How can I make my dreams a consistent task, which is doable too? How can I accomplish my dreams? How can I accomplish my fears? How can I become an athlete? How can I become a dancer? How can I become a better cook? How can I become a musician? It's all about consistency. Just break into consistency. Okay, just 45 minutes of this kind of practice is enough for me. And maybe if I'm just waking up at 6 a.m. and practicing from 6:15 to 7, you got those 45 minutes and you're done. You still have the entire day ahead of you. So who is stopping you? You are stopping you. Because you are sitting in the chair of CEO and not running your enterprise. That's what's stopping you. But the moment you say, I'm enough, and now you're seeing yourself being able to do, you create doable plan. I mean, the plan is like, I can do it anyway. It's that simple. It's that simple. So create that doable plan. And then commit to action. Consistent action. Day one, come do it. Day two, come do it. So when you have a plan, when you have a layout for your time, you honor that, you respect that. You say this is studying time, it's studying time. You say it's sleeping time, it's sleeping time. You say it's social media, it's social media. You say it's family, it's family. You don't do social media when you are with family. You don't study when you are with family. You don't watch movie when you're with family. You watch movie when you're watching movie. You do family when it's family. You respect the boundaries of time. Life is made of time. Life is not made of, people say it's made of love, it's made of material, it's made of family. Yes, these are components. But for all of this to exist, you need time.
Exactly.
Okay, so what is the quality of relationship with time that you share? And it should be respect, fear, awe. You should be afraid of time. You should respect time. Think of time as an individual. Like who is the person that you respect the most in your life?
I don't think I respect anybody.
Okay, it could be someone, right? Your principal, parent, neighbor.
Yeah, Sadhguru.
Sadhguru, right? So now you respect Sadhguru the most, okay? Because he appeals to you as a guru, as a life mentor. So he's an ideal for you, right? So the degree of respect that you give to Sadhguru is very different from the degree of respect you give to others.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if there is somebody, okay, and this somebody, you pay 10 times more respect than you pay Sadhguru. We don't know this somebody yet, okay? But let us say there is this somebody, okay?
Okay.
And to whom you pay 10 times more respect than you pay Sadhguru. Do you know what's that guy's name?
Time.
Yes. Okay, time. The moment you adopt, success is consistency, life is made of time, and time is the most respectable person in my life. I fear time the most. I respect time the most. What happens? Magic. The time comes. You just rise up. You just rise up and do. And now I'm going to share the next big model, which is do what you hate first. Most people, when they plan like, hey, Let me do the things that are easy, doable, and fun for me, and let me do the hard things later. No, they never get done. You have 4 chapters today. Do the most hardest one in the beginning and get it done. Because the easy ones can be done anyway. And you enjoy doing it anyway because they're fun. So do the hard work and make it a principle of life. This is the kind of relationship that comes out of the quality that you share with time. So if you are afraid of time, if you are respectful towards time, if you hold time in the highest ideal possible, and when the time presents itself, that's a moment that will never come again. And when that moment comes, when Sadhguru is in front of you, you won't sit like this. You won't read like this. You won't talk to yourself like this. You don't dress up like this. Because your most highest ideal is in front of you right now. And talk about something 10 times more. And that's time. So every moment of your life, if you live like that, oh, okay, there is time in front of me. Am I presenting myself to life? There is time in front of me. Am I presenting myself to life?
Right.
So how do you present? You present like this. I'm going to give my best. I'm going to get things done. How? Because I have tools. I believe in myself. I can break things into chunks. I can just get it done because it's doable for me. मैं तो हंसते हंसते कर लेती. It's that simple. That's how I did it, right? So, and what do? I prioritize the hard ones first. Why? Because I respect time. I'm afraid of time.
Yeah.
When when Sadhguru is standing in front of you, and you want to cook something for him, he would cook something that is really your best and requires maximum effort because you want it to be your best if you're cooking something for him, right?
Yeah.
Just like that. What are you cooking for your life? What is the recipe for your life? Hard things first. Hard things first. Hard things first. Do the hard things first. Make it a principle. Okay, what's in my mind? Okay, I have 5 things in my mind. What is the most hardest one? Okay, I'll do the fourth one. Fourth one first because it's the most hardest one. Okay, so once you principally align yourself to this kind of thinking, then suddenly you start, everything is like very different. Okay, I mean, you're just compelled to do things. You're just compelled to do things.
Right.
Earlier you were like, okay, man, it's 7, and you wait when the sleeping time would come, when Kapil Sharma would begin, because you're waiting. But now you're like, oh, okay, I have time. 30 minutes. I can do a lot in 30 minutes. And you're excited about it. So, it all begins with fear, Shweta. And when you're afraid of time, you don't have to be afraid of anybody else.
Yeah,
Okay? You manage time respectfully, then life manages you respectfully. Simple as that. So you have to enter into a principled living system. From your past to what I'm sharing now, you just, kick your guilt, fear, virtuosity, limiting beliefs, and now you adopt these new models of thinking and approach your life with these things. Anything that is in front of you, you simply say, I am enough to do this. I am enough to do this. You simply say, I'm enough. Yes, I'm enough to do this. I'm enough to do this. Second, you want to say, okay, how can I break it into doable chunks? 3, I respect time. So what is my most doable, and also how much respectfully would I do it each day? So you should have it written. Have a paper where you see all the weekly work in one place, or you have a daily planner. Have this system. Maybe you never had this before, but adopt this. Create one right now. Have weekly planner. Have daily planners.
No, I usually have a very doable.
No, usually. No. Language.
Even now also, when I started with the first book, it was the hardest book I picked up first.
Okay.
I made a schedule.
Okay.
But
good. No. Listen. There is one thing I would like to say. Maybe you flunked. Maybe you failed. Maybe you just receded because you were afraid. Okay, don't talk about these things. Like, hey, you know what? I
Yes.
started with the hardest book, but no, don't talk the language of what. Maybe you did it. Maybe you failed. That's fine. Don't talk about it. Because we're talking, you're affirming it. Hey, you know what? I am like this because I did that once. That's what the subconscious mind is listening.
Okay.
So it will write in your beliefs. Oh, okay, I think that's a belief I should pick up because she herself is talking. So that must be true. Got the point? Run your mind.
Yeah.
And words are very important. I began this coaching call by asking very powerful questions.
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm listening keenly to the choice of words you use. And all those you were talking about your limiting beliefs. Now, when you talk,
Yeah.
okay, I want you to talk like a winner.
Mm.
So, what do winners do? Winners always talk about achieving. Winners always talk about problem solving. So, don't tell me, you know what, I started the biggest book once, but later I stopped. No, that's not a winning language to me.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
that's not a winning language to me, then how would just think about your subconscious mind? How would that perceive about it?
Mm.
Got the point? I'm somebody just
Yeah.
listening to you over the phone, but your mind is always there. Your subconscious mind is always hearing. So that's not
Yeah.
how you should be talking. So
Yeah.
I make it a principle. Okay, if I talk, I shall talk only in the language of winning. Winners talk in the language of winning. Winners talk about language of solving the obstacles in front of them. Winners talk about achieving. So you should be talking about, hey, you know what? What can I do if I complete subject three? See, there you are like, oh, okay, she's already in the mode of completing two subjects. You see, that sounds like a winning language, and
Right.
people talk like that, right? So I want you to talk like a winner. Don't give me your buts. Don't give me your ifs. Talk in the language of and. If you feel like, for example, you're about to tell me, hey, you know what? There was once why I started with the biggest book. Now you sense a but there, right? Now replace that with an and.
Mm.
And now what? And see, and compels you to talk an action,
And
right? So you cannot say anything that would have followed a but. You have to fill it with an and. An and is always about okay, and or you can even say so what. You can even say so what instead of but. Well, these are the kind of words that propel you to talk in terms of action, action, action. Be obsessed with action because you're enough to do anything. And that's how we just designed all this new system for you, isn't it?
yeah.
Okay. So, Shweta,
Yeah.
let me ask
Yeah.
you some questions. So, do you believe that your beliefs are just those beliefs are just garbage beliefs?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Do you believe that if you are the CEO of your mind, you can write your own beliefs,
Yes.
even if they are good ones?
Yes.
Do you understand that your guilt, your fear, and your virtuosity is what kept you where you are all these years?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe you have models to fight these three and become a consistent winner?
Yeah. I
Do
have.
you understand that time is the most respectable individual of your life?
Totally.
Right? Do you understand that you have to be afraid of time? You have to be respectful of time?
Yes.
Do you understand that anything is possible in life if you run your mind
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
by
I do.
telling that I am enough, I am enough, I am enough to do anything I want in my life. Do you understand this?
Do anything. Yes.
Right? So do you also understand that the doing part can also be easy if I just think in terms of doability, not just in terms of planning?
Mm.
You understand that?
Yeah.
Right? So
Mm.
do you also understand that the choice of thoughts and words are very, very, very important to us?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So your words should reflect the language of winning always.
Yeah.
Do you remember that language of winning is about talking, about winning, problem solving, and achieving?
Mm.
You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that completes this coaching call. Okay. So now, Shweta, tell me, what experience did you have by talking to me now? Talk, and everything you want to talk should reflect positive change. Talk like a
I
winner.
tell you, yes, like I totally, I'm there where I see that I have achieved all this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there. I see myself in a place where I see myself as who has achieved what.
Okay, so nothing. I just want to know, what is your experience after listening to this coaching call, and share it with me in the language of winner.
I'm seeing myself having achieved everything that is right now that is bothering me, like especially exam, the degree, and I see myself as a winner who has achieved it by going at it in a very disciplined way.
Okay, okay, and lastly, I would like to add one more thing.
Yeah.
Motivation is like bath. You need it every day. Okay, so you're talking like this. If you're feeling pumped up, you see that all that will wane with time. When you sleep, when you wake up tomorrow, you feel differently, right? So again, you have to keep yourself motivated. So have some symbols of motivation, maybe quotes, maybe your own affirmations that you read every day before you begin to study. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you put all these things together, then it creates like, oh, okay, every time you're visiting the place of your study, you are introduced to the symbols of motivation. So yes, just create some symbols, anything, like it could be a song, it could be a quote, it could be a poster, it could be a desktop wallpaper, it could be like maybe new notebooks, because new notebooks instill new change. I don't know what works for you. I'm just giving you suggested hints. Just create something in your environment. It is different.
Study. From before you study, create symbols for motivation.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So have something that suggests about this motivation experience that you are experiencing today. So have it, something that reminds you, oh, okay, this is my new identity, new identity. And you do this for 3 weeks, and then it becomes your new identity. It is just impressioned on your nervous system that, oh, okay, this is the individual now.
This is the individual now.
Yeah, the new individual. I mean, okay, this was the identity, but now this person is like this. She studies like this. She behaves like this. She
Okay.
talks like this. So now your autonomous nervous system or subconscious mind perceives you to be a new individual.
Okay. You're saying that you have to be a new individual. Okay. Okay.
Okay. And what is your action plan? What are the next? What are the little things that you can do today after this call?
Uh, Today I will first write my affirmations, and beginning that, I will follow it up with a 40 to 45 minutes of study every day, which is a doable plan. Okay, and I'll continue with it because I'll continue with it for next 3 weeks. And then I'll do a kind of a performance check or a recap on how I fared in last 3 weeks.
And not just that, as you start with 45 minutes, which is very doable for you, which is great. Start. Keep doing, keep doing. And, suddenly at a point you feel like because 45 minutes is now doable, you can do maybe 1 hour or maybe even 1.5 hour, but split into 45 windows. One in the morning, one in the evening, or maybe 45 minutes and then a 2 hour break and then a 45 minutes. But stick with that plan. Okay, stick with that plan. And make sure all your daily plan is rhythmic. You study at this time to this time. Let that be across all the other 6 days or 5 days too.
Okay.
Okay, make your entire plan in a rhythm so that your body picks up that frequency. Because it's 9 a.m., then it's like, oh, okay, it's time to study now, or whatever that is.
To have a fixed time of study.
Yes, make a rhythm.
Make it a written goal plan. Okay.
Cool. So,
Yeah.
are you confident?
Thanks. Yes. Much better.
Right. So I'm a results kind of coach. Okay. So my job is to not train, but my job is to get results out of people's efforts. I push people
Yeah.
for results, right? So I'm expecting results out of you, out of all this that we just did.
Yes.
Sure?
Yep.
Okay.
We'll see results. Thank you so much, Venkat, for talking to me.
Thank you. So
Thank you so much.
see you after results. And
Bye-bye.
So that concludes this coaching session. So, what are the tools and tactics that you have gained listening to this live coaching with Shweta? Have an insightful discussion here. You can start by asking and sharing your experiences, how you could relate to the models that I shared or the situation that Shweta was experiencing. Based on that, we can further lead up this discussion, leading to solutions to your own problems for productivity and work hacks. So let's have a healthy discussion in the WhatsApp group now. You can begin the chat.